You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint Cars right here for week number 3 of the 12-week season at the Eldora Speedway, the house that Earl built. Qualifying getting ready to take place here. Just got done with practice, and it looked like it was David Allen to go fastest overall. It looks like the first 3 laps coming across the line. He goes fastest overall with a 13.51. Hauser just 0.2 of a second off with a 13.53. Allen third quick. And it looks like Garrison getting a lap time in. He goes quick time now with a 13.46. We're going to start to see this track get a little bit faster as time goes on, and you're going to see those lap times drop slowly but surely. Hauser now goes quick time in. Williams getting in on the action now with 13.32. Looks like Toter comes in with a nice lap time for second quick with a 13.39 in the 23 car. Black and white 23 you see on your screen there. We switch over now to another driver, another number 23 there. That is Alex Scherzinski in the 23 car. Once again, this is round number 3 at the Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio, or from the convenience of your home as you watch here tonight. He goes 11th quick there with a 13.56. Showblock with a really impressive time there. We take a look at the number 99 car of Hunter Robinette. We'll see what Robinette goes here as he comes across the start-finish line. He goes 13th quick with a 13.58 second lap. Williams still fastest overall in the number 91 car with a 13.32. Kevin Miller on the track now taking some lap times. Looks like Miller drops to 16th quick. His lap time of the 13.57 is going to hold from now. Gunnar Harris now on the track, the week number 1 winner at the Knoxville Speedway, I believe it was. Gunnar Harris going to take his first lap time around the track. Definitely going to be looking for a top 10 run here. Looking to bounce back after last week. Harris does, in fact, go quick time in the number 54 car with a 13.29. 13.29, and it looks like qualifying has concluded. So right in the nick of time, just like that, Gunnar Harris sets top fast time overall for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint cars. And all of a sudden, we're looking at heat race action here. Heat race number 1, Gunnar Harris has earned that top starting pole position. Representing the state of Texas, John Helms will start to his outside second position. Timothy Smith will start third with Liam Garrison fourth. Joshua Steinke makes up the inside row number 3 with Ashton Mueller to his outside. Terrell Wheeler starting in position 7th with Randy Fritch in 8th. And Ross Corinta will round out this starting field here. 9 cars set to do battle for heat race number 1. Gonna get a check of how many cars are officially checked in for tonight's racing action. We'll have a rundown of how many cars will transfer into the feature event here and how many will transfer to the feature out of the heat race if a B main is needed. It looks like 22 cars checked in for action here tonight for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint Car Series. Once again, this is round number 3 out of a 12-week season. 10 weeks of points will be collected, so 2 drops out of that allow for some drivers to miss if necessary or erase some bad finishes if they have any. My name is Tyler Harris, coming with you tonight with the racing action. So we appreciate you all tuning in here on Ultimate Dirt TV if that is where you are watching. We are on Sim Racing Media. My apologies. So Sim Racing Media, thank you very much for tuning in here tonight. Tonight to be calling the racing action here from Eldora Speedway. Gunnar Harris going to start on the front row here. Looks like John Helms, a pro driver for iRacing, looks to be a World of Outlaw Sprint Car Pro here in the next coming weeks once the tryouts are completed. So a very stout front row, a very stout field of cars in general here tonight as we look to go green here this time around. Right front there, Tilt Tech on the front wing as he goes around the middle to high groove of the Eldora Speedway, but he's got company behind him. It looks like John Helms running the way high side, but a slide job for the second spot. That's going to move Helms back up into second, or rather Smith across the line in second now. Timmy Smith and Helms battling it out for the second spot. As Helms looks to get around the inside of Smith there in 3 and 4. Smith crosses the line back to the second spot with Harris leading the charge, but for how long? We're seeing another push here from the 21 car of John Helms. Helms out of Olivehurst. Liam Garrison now taking a look at that 26 car, runs in the 4th spot. Move here for the second position here. We see Smith go down low. Timmy Smith trying to make a move on Helms, just not enough with 5 laps remaining. Harris has led the entire way here, but take a look at that battle for the 3rd spot now.
Smith and Garrison going wheel to wheel coming out here. Smith on the top shelf, Garrison trying to use the lower lane to get by him. These guys are going to be wearing the Hoosier right off that right rear tire before tonight is out.
You are right about that. We're taking a look at that battle. Still an impressive one here with 3 laps to go. Looks like the 86 of Timmy Smith just holding on to as much as he can with Garrison charging behind.
Steinke's in the mix now as he's trying to get one of those transfer positions, currently running in 5th. Right now on the outside looking in, he might be relegated to alphabet soup.
2 laps remaining, and Harris has led each and every single one of them to this point, but has not been able to pull away as the white flag now waves for Gunnar Harris.
Harris with a 2-car length lead as they come down the back straightaway. He brings it to the low side, coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. Bangs the cushion. Gunnar Harris, your winner in heat race number 1.
Holmes holds on for second with Timmy Smith finishing 3rd, Garrison 4th, and Steinke rounds out your top 5. An interesting move there for Gunnar Harris at the end of the race. Going to try something a little bit different before coming up on the feature event on the evening. Taking a look here at heat race number 2, Ernie Williams Jr. will start on the pole, representing the state of Ohio with Connor Spear to his outside. Andrew Hauser will be 3rd with David Allen starting in the 4th spot. Randy Shreves will start 5th with Ryan Avila starting in position number 6. Andrew Allen starting in 7th with Bradley Wright starting 8th, and Cole Croft will tag the field starting in position number 9 out of the great state of California.
9 cars scheduled to roll off, 10 laps of scheduled distance. Only the top 3, I believe, are going to be transferring right into the A main. Everybody else going to be relegated to the semis.
So with 22 cars present, is that the final count there, Tony?
I've got 22.
22 cars, so the top 3 in all of these going away. So at 22 cars, surely there would be more, because if we're running 9 in the heat race in the first 1 and 2, that makes up 18.
Yeah, but only if you place in the heat race, you get your starting spot back in the feature.
I see. So 22 cars checked in. Taking a look there of Spear and Williams, picking up your front row here. So the interesting I found out about this series here today, Tony, is that pros are not licensed to run in this division or in this Apex 360 Sprint Car Series, which is pretty interesting because, like I said, with the trials coming to an end here in relatively short fashion, some of these drivers may not be able to participate in the up-and-coming weeks.
Yeah, they actually let us know that last week that, unfortunately, there are a couple drivers that are going to be persona non grata after next week, so going to keep our eye on that one. But right now, heat race number 2 on track as the pace truck is already in.
Pace truck getting ready to pull in. With Spear and Williams leading the charge here. Allen and Hauser behind them. Certainly some capable drivers. Avila had a bright week last week with the 410 sprint cars in the green. Flag is officially out. Williams taking off to the charge on the low side. Goes right up to the high side through 1 and 2.
Williams trying to get it done early here. And we've already got one around. That was Cole Croft, it looked like. No, I'm sorry. That was David Allen going for a ride.
David Allen with some clear top wing damage there on the car, but he's able to stay going. We stay green for now with Williams still your leader. Hauser in second, Spear third, and Avila has moved up to the 4th spot.
These guys are picking them up and laying them down here early in this heat race number 2 is Spear and Hauser just going after each other, and Avila right there as well. All 3 of them slugging it out and trying to get that direct transfer into the A main to make things so much easier on yourself as this night wears on. Because once this track goes dry, slick, forget about it. You're not moving forward.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be a difficult task. The setup is going to be crucial. And Avila trying to make his move now as the top 3 cars transfer. You are watching a 3-car battle for the 2nd spot. The 57 is Spear, goes down low, gets the move, but here comes Hauser charging back to the inside.
Hauser running the low side, going to throw the slider coming off of 4. Spear crosses him over, though, as Spear now throws the slider going through 1 and 2. These guys trading sliders, and if you're Ryan Avila right now, you're just sitting there going, go ahead, guys, just wad each other up. I'll gladly take the spot from you when you do.
Absolutely. Avila definitely has the best seat in the house, and here he goes, a move for third now as he pulls a slider on Hauser. Hauser tries to check back down low, but just does not have the momentum yet. Avila now your third and final transfer spot. Here comes Hauser back. They're battling neck and neck.
These guys have not given up yet, as we are still 3 to go, as Ernie Williams Jr. still walking away with this one. But Spear trying to mount a charge to get back up there before it's all said and done. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 to go.
Williams your leader by just about a second now. Spear slowly starting to close in this past previous lap, but Spear in second, Avila now holding on to third, Hauser 4th, and we take a look at that Spear number 57 now as the white flag flies.
You can see they're already coming up on the very wounded David Allen, as Cole Croft did not make the call for the push trucks. Coming off of turn number 4, Williams going to take the checkers. Spear, Avila, House, and Allen rounding out your top 5.
Exciting heat race there, especially for positions 2 through 4 there between Spear, Avila, and Hauser, with Avila earning that last transfer spot in heat race number 2. We take a look at heat race number 3 for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint Cars right here at Eldora Speedway. Ty Showblock will start on the pole representing the state of Ohio, with Ethan Potter starting in the 2nd spot. Alex Strzynski will start 3rd, with Hunter Robinette representing the Keystone State, my state of Pennsylvania, in the 4th position. Ryan Fruge will start 5th, and starting to his outside, it's Kevin Miller in the 27 car. Blaine Brink starts in the 7th spot, with Jim Hubble starting in position number 8 in the number 51. An All-American starting lineup here in heat race number 3, 10 laps the distance. Top 3 advancing to the feature event. We take a look at our starting grid, pacing the field now here at the Eldora Speedway. You take a look at Ty Showblock there in a beautiful looking number 17 car. You'll see him scored the 662 here tonight. He's driving the number 17.
This is why we don't let tech officials drink before handing out the transponders.
Take any help we can get, you know.
True
Sometimes
story.
you just got to roll with the punches. We learn together, we flow together. But Totter supporting the number 23 car. That is an accurate number.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. One of the few that's accurate here. Strzynski in the 23 is actually being scored as the 22. So
Yeah, I believe that was the case last week as well. The 360 defending champion joining us here tonight.
Pace truck picks up some pace, gets all hauled up in turn number 4. Showblock can fire anytime between the entrance of 3 and the exit of 4 as they come off of turn 4. Pulls the trigger, and we are underway just like that for heat race number 3.
Showblock definitely took advantage of his ability to start this race, and he takes off to a quick start. But here they come, 3 wide defending behind him for that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position.
Todler in the 23 got caught in the middle there. He had to get into the slick stuff to get up to the loamy stuff. As we've already got one into the wall. That was Robinette.
Robinette was wasting no time there. Hunter Robinette, you take a look at on the screen there, started in the 5th spot, was quickly up to 2nd, but now falls back a little bit, quickly back up to 2nd as he throws a slider on Totter.
You can see on board here with Robinette that just how much his head is having to bounce around and how rough this track is here tonight. It's only going to get rougher and slicker as the night wears on.
Another slider there, Robinette on Toter as they go around turns 2 and up into turn 3 now. Toter takes the lead, but Robinette trying to throw another slider.
And this is just your battle for second, as the show block has already stretched out almost a full second to the good over these guys. Miller and Straczynski going after each other for 4th right now.
I was just about to say, yeah, Miller and Straczynski going at it right now. Excellent racing all throughout the field here with 5 laps remaining in heat race number 3. Show block leading the way here throughout the first stages of this race.
Show block actually putting these guys to sleep right now as he's just walking away with it. He's just using this as a test session for later on as Robinette and Todler going after each other again as Todler into the wall coming down the back chute. 3 laps to go at the stripe this time as Showblock continues to show the way.
He does, but Robinette starting to close in on your leader here with 3 laps to go. Not sure if there's definitely going to be enough time or not, but as that battle for second starts to fizzle out, Robinette should gain some speed, but will it fizzle out? Because here comes Toter back to the inside. He's going to try to make another battle for the 2nd spot.
Todler going to throw the slider through 1 and 2. Contact coming off of 2.
Robinette into the wall, and he loses many positions all the way back to 6th, now 7th, now 8th as the white flag flies. You look at Totter, and you take a look at Blaine Brink now. Blaine Brink in the 21 car running in the 7th spot.
Sorry about that. I was trying to find Robinette, but he actually went right to the pits. Checkered flag in the air.
Checkered flag flies for Showblock, your heat race winner, as Toter comes across the line. 2nd, Straczynski will get that final transfer spot through all the thick and crazy. Frug looking in that 4th spot, outside looking in. Miller coming home 5th, Hubble in 6th, Brink 7th.
Is heat race number 4 getting ready to line up now? No, I'm sorry. Semi-feature number 1.
Semi-feature number 1, we take a look here, and out of the Midwest, Timmy Smith will start on the pole in the number 7 car. Alex Straczynski was just up in heat race number 3. Will start 2nd in this one. Andrew Hauser will be in 3rd with Joshua Steinke starting 4th in the 80 car. Starting 5th here tonight, Kevin Miller in the 27, and Randy Shreves to his outside starting 6th. Starting inside row number 4 in the 7th spot will be Ross Corinta in the number 10 car, and Blaine Brink in the 21 will start 8th. David Allen will start 9th, and Randy Fritsch will round out your 10th starting position. Once again, this is the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint Cars, round number 3 here at the Eldora Speedway. Alex Straczynski, your defending champion, in the outside looking in, trying to get into the feature event here tonight, but he's got to go through a semi-consi, if you will, to get there. Gunnar Harris was the winner of week number 1 at the Knoxville Speedway, and Kenny Hoffman was winner last week at Peevely Speedway at I-55, Federated Auto Parts Speedway. Really nice racetrack, provided great racing for not only the 360s, but also the 410 Sprint Car Series the very next night.
Love me some I-55 Speedway, that's for damn sure.
You're darn right. Yeah, that's right. Quarter-mile bull ring doesn't get much better than that. And now here we are at Eldora Speedway, a lot different. So plenty of dexterity between these drivers, a lot of different track surfaces, a lot of different tasks and challenges, but they're most certainly up to the task. We take a look at starting field as the pace truck leads them around the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. I believe we're going to go green this time around.
Smith going to have control of the field. He can fire anytime between the entrance 3 and the exit of 4. Pace truck is in. Here we go for semi-feature number 1.
Timmy Smith off to a great start. Straczynski a little bit swirly into the wall a little bit. He's going to lose a little bit of ground there. We keep things going, but Hauser moves up into the 2nd spot.
Got one up and over on the backstretch. Looked like Brink went for another ride.
Tough night for Brink. Unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, as we say go in here. Hauser in the league, Strzezinski right behind him in the third spot. Looking to see how many transfer here into the feature event.
I believe this is going to set up the inside starting line.
Sets up the inside starting line of the feature, so Smith leads the way and dominating early. Hauser second, Strzezinski third. Shreves look from the outside looking in now in the fourth spot with Kevin Miller in fifth.
Miller trying to make something happen up there on the high side, rim riding already, and you can see just how close that cushion is getting to the retaining wall here at Eldora. These guys are going to be running the proverbial Larson line before too much longer.
Some of these drivers starting to look elsewhere for some traction if they can. Shreves up to the fourth spot. Miller and still in the fifth spot. A lot of these guys still rim riding around this track, but we've seen a couple of drivers, including Strzezinski up there, looking through the middle and low lines to try to find a little bit of traction.
And that's really what you've got to do here tonight. With this track notorious for going dry, slick early, you've got to find the grip. Whether it's up on the wall or whether it's down on the inside rub rail, you've got to find the grip, or else you're going to go to the back and you're going to go backwards quickly.
Smith looking really impressive, though. The most dominating lead we've seen all night long as he leads by 1.8 seconds over Hauser, who runs second. Strzezinski still trying to find some spot as you take a look there at Smith's number 86. Strzezinski's still trying to look around, try to find something. He's looked inside. He's holding strong to the outside now with 4 laps to go in this one. But not much movement throughout this course of this race. It seems like the field has pretty much settled itself, and they say the choo-choo train, but the freight train is a come-in here with 3 laps remaining.
Ross Cornada trying to make some moves in the mid-pack, trying to get into a top 5 starting spot, as each one position you gain here is going to move you up at least 1 row in the feature.
You talk about moving up a row, there it is. Strzezinski trying to move up a row himself with 2 laps to go now. Hauser down low. A little bit of a crossover move coming here for Strzezinski, who goes low in 2 and coming down the backstretch now. It goes low in 3 as well.
Strzezinski going to try to throw the slider, doesn't have enough room to make it happen. Wisely checks up as we are white flag in the air. Tim Smith walking away with this one.
Timmy Smith will be your leader as the checkered flag flies. Hauser in second. Strzezinski going to try to make a last move. No, he's going to fall in line and hold on to that 3rd spot. So Hauser comes across the line second. Strzezinski 3rd. Corinta, though, moves up to the 4th spot that Kevin Miller was battling for there. Corinta will be 4-2. Looking at here, Ryan Avila will start on the pole of this one, representing SpeedShop51.com. Liam Garrison will start 2nd in the 26. Ryan Fruge will start 3rd. Andrew Allen starting in position number 4. Ashton Mueller starts 5th out of the northwest of this great United States of America, with Jim Hubble starting in 6th. Bradley Wright will start 7th, with Terrell Wheeler starting 8th. Starting 9th will be Hunter Robinette, one of the guys that we've definitely took a liking to throughout the heat races, put on an impressive show. And Cole Croft has struggled early. He looks to jump a little bit here, starting in position number 10.
This semi-feature number 2 going to set up the outside starting lineup after all the heat race transfers have been placed. So still a lot to race for here. Again, every 1 position you move up moves you up 1 row in the A feature.
So I believe we are battling for starting position number 4, or rather, it'll be position number 8 to
Correct.
Start. Yes, position number 8 to start the A main feature event. So, I mean, that's exactly right. You need every position you can, especially when you're already starting 3, 4, 5 rows back. And it's all going to make a difference here as this semi-feature number 2 gets ready to roll off for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint Cars live at the Eldora Speedway.
Avila in the 49 going to have the button as the pace truck picks up a little bit of pace coming down the back straightaway. Avila can fire anywhere from the entrance of 3 to the exit of 4 as soon as the pace truck clears the racing surface. There it goes, and here we go for semi-feature number 2.
Green flag, green flag.
Take your pick. Avila, Garrison, Fruge, Allen. Green flag is out. Avila takes off to the lead early, heading up to the high side in turn number 2.
Avila under heavy pressure right now from Garrison, as Garrison running the top shelf, following him around right now. The only one that's kind of deviated is the 65 of Fruge, as he's way down on the low shelf, trying to find any little bit of moisture that's left in this hard Ohio clay.
You wonder if there's going to be a rework between now and the feature event. We will have to wait and see, but Avila leads early. It makes you wonder if the goal for Garrison there was to try to make a move early. It was just unsuccessful in the get so. Avila had such a great start to start this race.
Well, he kind of has to right now. Avila knew what he had to do. He got out to the early lead and just laid the hammer down, and so far it's clear sailing as Mueller and Fruge going after each other for fourth.
Mueller and Fruge going at it for fourth. As you mentioned, you see Mueller down low there. Briefly had the fourth spot, and he takes it back now coming down the front stretch, and Fruge moves back up to fourth, too. Those two are going at it. It's absolutely fun to watch here tonight at the Eldora Speedway.
Mueller making the top shelf work. Fruge actually hanging on the low side as Andrew Allen already under fire as they've already reeled him in as Allen's into the wall.
More than just Allen into the wall. We take a look at Fruge now falling back, and Robinette is the damsel in distress, but only for a temporary amount of time. He is now up to third.
Robinette definitely having a better semi-feature two than he did in the heat race as we saw him biff it, and that's definitely not the start to your night that you want at any time.
Cinderella story here from 9th to 3rd with 5 laps to go. Hubble in the pit. Croft is already out of this one. Wheeler off the pace, about 14 seconds back from your leaders. We take a look at Bradley right now in the number 4 car, battling his way around the 5th spot now, trying to compete here for a top 5 finish with Fruge.
Trying to make it happen as 3 to go. It'll be 2 to go. Next time by is Avila just keeping it wound up on the top shelf. As you take a look at just how dry slick the middle of the corners are here, these guys are going to be completely wearing out those right rear tires before this thing is over, just rubbing the lettering off the right rear.
Yeah, right you are, and it's all about consistency, and it's all about hitting your marks here as the white flag now waves, coming across the line one more time around this beautiful Eldora Speedway. Avila driving through the slick there through 1, but definitely gets back up on the banking in 2. He's going to go low in 3, trying to find what he can for the checkered flag to fly. It will be Ryan Avila coming across the line as your winner here, with Garrison finishing 2nd, Robinette from 9th to 3rd, and it's going to make a huge impact for that feature event coming up here tonight. Mueller will be 4th, Fruge 5th, Wright 6th, Allen 7th, Wheeler 8th, Hubble will be credited with 9th, and Croft will be credited with 10th.
Well, while we're waiting for these guys to make the final adjustments for the A feature, we're going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this.
Welcome back here as you Just witnessed the conclusion, a thrilling conclusion to practice before we take the green flag here for 35 laps for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint Car Series here, round number 3 at the Eldora Speedway. Let's take a look at your starting lineup here, courtesy of Sim Racing Media. Gunnar Harris out of Texas will start on the pole with Ernie Williams starting in position number 2. Ty Schoblock will start third with John Helm starting in position number 4. Connor Spear will start fifth with Ethan Totter to his outside starting in the 6th spot. Timothy Smith has been one to watch here tonight. He comes off in the 7th spot in the car number 7, and Ryan Avila, a car that you just watched violently flip in the practice session there, starts in the 8th spot. Andrew Hauser will start 9th with Liam Garrison starting 10th. Alex Strzynski, one to keep your eye on here, starting in position number 11 with Hunter Robinette, a Cinderella story here tonight, starting in the 12th spot.
Come on. There it goes. Sorry about
Take
that.
a look at the rest of your lineup here. In position number 13, Ross Carrenta will start in that 13th spot with Ashton Mueller to his outside starting 14th. Starting 15th will be Joshua Steinke in the 80 car, and starting 16th, Ryan Fruge. Starting 17th will be Kevin Miller with Bradley Wright to his outside in position number 18. Randy Fritsch will start in the 19th spot with Andrew Allen rounding out position number 20.
So 20 cars scheduled to roll it here tonight. 35 laps of scheduled distance. Caution laps do not count.
It's been a little bit since some of these cars have seen the track. A lot of changes, especially for Harris, Williams, Schoblock, Helm, Spear, and Totter. A lot of these cars have gotten to race on this track as it has gone through its progression. We take a look at some of the conditions that we are dealing with here. 77 degrees with a 57% chance. Although I would imagine that is a moisture percentage.
That is a moisture percentage.
Yeah, partly cloudy skies with a 2 mile per hour wind. So not a whole lot of wind affecting the aerodynamics of these cars, but it'll definitely be interesting to see that progression of this track continue here through 35 laps.
As Harris going to have the button as the field works its way through the 3-4 complex. The only thing is, let's say, it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, pop some popcorn because it's time to get it on in Ohio. Race fans, it's showtime!
Just like that, Harris off to the lead and early in the low side in 3 and 4 with Williams and Schoblock behind in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot.
Slim Shady himself, Ty Schoblock, trying to make his way up through the middle in the slick stuff right now. Looks like Liam Garrison getting into the wall behind him. Yes, it was, as the 10 just pounded the turn 2 wall.
Definitely reminding me, Slim Shady is reminding me of none other than Lance DeWeese battling through the middle of the track. Not many can do it, but he is finding his way around through the early stages of this one. Harris still leads through 3 laps.
Ernie Williams Jr. up into the number 2 spot, or back into the number 2 spot, I should say, is now he makes a dive going into 1, slide job coming off a 2 and eats the wall.
Eats the wall, and that's definitely going to cause a little bit of speed to scrub off. But look at Smith. Timmy Smith from 7th up to the 1st spot, making his way around the low side in the 86 car.
Smith using what moisture is left on that low side to get it done early here as we are working lap 5, getting ready to put lap 5 in the books already here at the Big E.
Watched Dylan Yeager do it last week in the 410 sprint cars at I-55. He chose the low side, and it paid its benefits. Smith got that car set up for the low side, and it may pay its dividends here as 6 laps are complete. Smith leads with Helms in 2nd, Williams 3rd.
Spear trying to make his way up through the field, already sitting +1. Your biggest mover in the positive direction, Tim Smith, currently sitting +6. Biggest mover in the wrong direction right now, unfortunately, is Ashton Mueller, who's down 5, sitting back in 18th.
Villa moving his way up as well in the 8th spot, and it looks like Robinette also trying to work his way forward, but a lot of thick competition here as Villa battling out with Garrison for position number 8. We take a look at that battle now on your screen, and it looks like the 10 car going to the outside. That is Garrison. A little bit of contact there as they enter turn 1.
And we are under caution already. Looks like Kevin Miller. Whoa. And they're not done yet.
They are not done yet. Tough break for Kevin Miller there as a couple cars bring out the caution. We'll take a look at the replay here. We see it on the onboard camera from Kevin Miller himself. Looks like so far Kevin pretty clean throughout this one. Oh, there it is. It looks like Alex Strzynski getting a little bent out of shape, charging hard to the inside. Miller with just nowhere to go. A couple other cars there getting collected, the 43, the 27. Pretty much just a circumstance of that matter of nowhere to go. And unfortunately, some of these cars now have a lot of damage to deal with the remainder of this feature event.
Yeah, unfortunately, no fast repairs here tonight at Eldora. As, bear with us, folks, as live timing and scoring does not like caution-free heat races.
It's an interesting point there. Caution-free feature event. You take a look at Timmy Smith, your leader, being scored as a number 7, but he is driving the number 86 car here tonight. Speaking of Elite Performance Industries, we want to thank them. They are a setup shop, and they are responsible for coaching as well. They handle clients all in competition from NASCAR all the way to Dirt Oval, and Timmy Smith is certainly a expression of that as you take a look at that car as he leads the way here through 10 laps at the Eldora Speedway.
Smith going to have the button. He's going to be joined with, looks like Helms, Williams, Spear, and Showblock in your top 5.
The 10 laps complete, 25 laps remaining. A little bit of quick math there. Robinette unable to move up as fast as he would like to. Avila struggling to move up himself as well, but here the pace truck is off. The green flag is out. Smith back underway here with 25 remaining.
Smith jumped on the loud pedal real quick there. As they're going to bring Helms with him. It's Ernie Williams. Go ahead.
John Helms going to try to make that move on the low side here. Any of these restarts that these drivers have will certainly be useful. Any chance to regain on your leaders is definitely going to be a huge advantage.
As Helms going to throw the big slider coming through 3 and 4. Not going to make it stick, though, as he gets into the loose stuff. We've got another one around. Looks like Ty Showblock pointing the wrong way on a one-way street.
Tough break for Showblock, battling for a top 5 position, and now all of a sudden way on the outside looking in. We'll take a look at the replay here. Slim Shady himself with the 17 of Ty Showblock.
That's the problem when you're running up on that high groove. Oh my.
A little bit of contact, yeah.
That was a lot bit of contact.
Yeah, a little bit of, that was being facetious. You know, Garrison looks like him and Showblock battling for the same part of the track, and unfortunately, Showblock definitely getting the worst of that one, and that'll bring out the second caution of the event here for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint cars.
And unfortunately for Ty, it looks like he may have bent the Watts link in the back of that thing. So that is, it's going to make a long night even longer here at Eldora.
You are right about that. We take a look at Timmy Smith, still your leader here with 25 laps to go. Timmy Smith, a World of Outlaw Pro. Currently sitting, I believe, in the top 5 in qualifiers. So a very good chance we're going to see Timmy Smith probably race his last couple of races of the year in the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint cars because of the newly acquired rule that if you have your World of Outlaw Pro card that you are unable to compete in the, I believe it's the outside divisions. Is that correct?
No, it's just the rule that this league has is they have a no pro policy.
That is right. Yep, that is something that Josh was letting me know a little bit early. I'm still new to this. Tony.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Educating me and those of you at home who are maybe new to this and haven't been able to catch a race, or very many, if so ever. So thank you very much for tuning in here once again tonight. We appreciate you all watching. We hope you enjoy the action here from the Eldora Speedway for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint cars. Timmy Smith, your leader, with the 21 starting to his outside. Another opportunity there for John Helms to make the most of this opportunity to try to jump back in front of Smith, but it's going to be tough. Smith, again, he's a pro for a reason, and it's definitely showing its evidence here early on in this race.
Oh, it absolutely is. As Ernie Williams Jr. really surprising. His green flag comes back out. Smith pulls the trigger early, caught Helms asleep at the switch. As right now, Gunnar Harris doing what he can to try to claw his way back up towards the front of this piece.
Harris looking good early as they go 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. The 57 Spear to his outside. Williams rim riding around the outside of the, easy for me to say, outside of 3 and 4. We stay going here with 23 to go.
Todler trying to make his way up through there too, as he got caught in the middle of a SpeedShop51.com sandwich there for a couple of laps. As here comes Ryan Avila back on the attack, right on the back bumper of Josh Steinke.
Avila was outside of the top 10 once that restart happened, and now all of a sudden finds himself battling for position number 7. We take a look at Joshua Steinke in the 80 car here, rim riding around the outside of 3 and 4. Everything keeps going here with 21 laps to go as Steinke gets into the wall.
Steinke, already your biggest mover, sitting +9 on the field so far. Next closest to him is going to be Tim Smith, your race leader, who's already out to a half a second to the good over John Helms, who's kind of on an island all by himself, sitting in second, with a half second in front, a half second behind.
And Williams in third, Spear in fourth, Harris in fifth. We take a look at Ernie Williams Jr. there in the black and yellow, number 91. Hits the wall hard. That's going to scrub off a little bit of speed. We'll see if Spear can capitalize.
Spear's still got some ground to make up as he's trying to get that Helms Racing Speed Shop up into a podium position right now. Tim Smith is just flat checked out, though.
Yeah, Smith looking good here with 18 laps to go. Harris in the 5th spot, Steinke 6th, Avila in 7th, Toder 8th, and Robinette now moves his way up into the top 10.
Robinette getting ready to work on the 23 of Toder. As Toder caught in the slick stuff in the middle, that is not going to help his cause at all.
Not at all, as Robinette slowly but surely moving up. Himself and Avila have been one to watch throughout the semis. As we take a look at Gunnar Harris now running in the 4th spot, trying his best to hold off some heavy competition. We look at that battle between himself and the 57 of Spear.
Spear using the low side. Might have that car set up a little bit tighter than everybody else. As you can see just where that wing is, he's not as far back on that top wing as everybody else seems to be running.
Yeah, Spear also definitely running some interesting lines as well, trying to make his way around Harris, but unsuccessful thus far. Getting down low, trying to use that drift and try to get up into the cushion, but there's really not much cushion left around the top side of this track.
Unfortunately, there isn't, as Steinke goes to the bottom side, trying to find whatever little bit of grip is left. And I'm liking the line that Avila's running. He's kind of squaring off the corner to get a straight shot down the straights, and that seems to be helping his cause at least a little bit right now.
That it is, as Avila sticking strong to the high side, is Steinke stuck in that middle line right now. Probably does not want to be there, but he's definitely toughing it out, battling it out, trying to get back around Avila, but it's just not going to be enough with 12 laps to go. Avila takes over that 6th spot.
Meanwhile, up in front of him, that's Harris and Spear going after each other. As Williams right there as well. As Spear on, on the low side.
Smith still your leader with Helms in the 2nd spot, not able to close in just yet, about a tenth of a second coming off between the last time we checked in with 10 laps to go. Here now, take a look at Connor Spear still holding on to that 6th spot, battling with Avila and Steinke. Robinette on the outside, looking in position number 8.
As Avila doing everything he can to try to hold off the likes of Spear, Steinke, and Robinette. As Avila, using the top shelf to his advantage, still maintains the top 5 as Spear and Robinette go door to door if they had doors.
Pretty rare battle on the inside of the racetrack between Steinke and Spear. There you saw in the corner of your screen. Steinke now in the 6th spot. Spear going to look to battle back as he goes to the inside of 3. Slide job coming, but a crossover move for Steinke on the bottom. They're side by side going across the line with 7 to go.
Smith is just flat checked out on everybody. That's why we're following these battles deeper in the field. This is your battle for 6th and 7th. Spear has it. Steinke wants it back.
Helms definitely not out of the realm of possibility here. You got to basically, if you are John Helms, you got to hope for a rare mistake here on behalf of Smith. And there is a caution with 6 laps to go, the 3rd caution of this race.
Looks like Ross Cornett.
Garrison, man, again.
A little 10-on-10 crime there.
Garrison, definitely a little bit of contact there, a lot of bit of contact, if you will, and rim riding around the top side there after the caution already came out. So Ross Corinta, hometown of Fisher, man, just definitely struggling. Looks like he's probably trying to change his setups there before the green flag drops again.
I think he may have damaged the steering on that because it looked like the right front steering was Bluetooth for a while there.
The tough break there is Corinta was, I believe, mixing it up through the middle of the field, battling for a top 10 spot, at least at some points of this race. Unfortunately, does not look as if he will be able to continue. Timmy Smith definitely probably did not want to see that. Obviously unable to tell how close Helms was, but was not close at all, but just got a lot closer as we have 6 laps to go here. Ernie Williams in the 3rd spot, Harrison 4th, Avila up to 5th. Robinette was up into the 7th spot, I believe, prior to the caution coming out.
As the lights have gone out on the pace truck. So Smith, Helms, Williams, Harris, Avila, Spear, Steinke, Robinette, Hauser, Toder, your top 10. And only 14 cars left on the lead lap. Inside 10 to go, we go single file.
Pretty impressive there for Timmy Smith, able to lap that far up and not have any problems getting around the lap traffic that he has faced so far. John Helms, if you want to make a move, now's your time as they go through 1 and 2.
Well, Helms has already made it through the slide job as Smith crosses him over in the middle of 1 and 2. Helms going to do it again in 3 and 4. Contact on the high side.
Ernie Williams Jr. and Timmy Smith making contact, and that allows John Helms to take off to the lead. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new leader with 4 laps to go.
John Helms trying to make something happen as Smith battles back, and we are back under caution. Looks like Ethan Toder went for a ride, as did Hunter Robinette.
Tough break for the Cinderella story of Robinette. We'll take a look at the replay here. We'll see it for ourselves. We're going to go to the inside of Robinette. Coming out of turn number 4.
Oh.
3 wide. Oh, and a little bit of a jumble there between a few different cars. Spear.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That will do it. Tough break. Robinette comes to a slowing pace. So who gets credited with the caution there? Was that Robinette and Spear?
Robinette and Toder.
Robinette and Toder getting credited with the caution there. As you can see, some front wing damage there on Hunter Robinette's number 99 car.
Well, here we go. Restart with 3 to go here at Eldora.
Something to note there, Timmy Smith was battling to the inside of Helms. If you remember, Smith started this race on the early stages running through the low line. It looked like he may have had the car set up for the low side, but then as a few laps pretty much progressed, moved right back up to the high side. So perhaps not all is lost for Smith. It looks like he may have the ability to get around wherever he needs to on this track, and that could spell for disaster for Helms if he's not able to hold on.
Well, he's going to have to make it happen quickly if he's going to make it happen at all. But the other thing he's got to worry about is Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91 right behind him, because he's no slouch either. And then, of course, you've got Gunnar Harris back there as well lurking.
At this point, it's been pretty evident that you can kind of make your way forward if you're at the right place at the right time. And it looked like for a second there, Ernie Williams was going to be in that spot as the green flag flies with 4 laps to go. 4 laps remaining, now 3 laps in the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 360 Sprint Car race here at the Eldora Speedway. 2 cars into the wall, Smith and Williams.
Smith, Williams, and Harris all eating the wall in turn 1. Monkey see, monkey do. As right now, 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air as John Helms continues to show the way here tonight. Trying to hold off a hard-charging Tim Smith as it's going to be 1 to go. We are racing back, and we're not racing back to checkers, as we are now going into overtime, folks. Ernie Williams Jr.
Ernie Williams Jr., your 3rd place runner. Unreal. Man, talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Ernie Williams Jr. We'll see, take a look at what happened here. Looked like he tried to enter and got a little bit stiff there through the entry of 3, and out of fuel? What do you think? What's your interpretation of what happened there, Tony?
Well, let's find out if it was out of fuel, because I'm not sure exactly what the heck just happened.
Yeah, just kind of all of a sudden just come off pace and shut off, which is pretty interesting.
No, it's still running, because he's still showing oil pressure. Oh, that's a broken rear axle.
Broken rear axle. So that's that is what happens when you just tap the wall too many times and try to rely on that outside cushion that is no longer existent. And just like that, a podium finish has resulted in a DNF. Tough break for Timmy Smith Jr.
Actually, Timmy Smith is still on track. That was Ernie Williams Jr.
Ernie Williams Jr., thank you for that correction. Definitely appreciate it. Tell you what, one driver that we really haven't made much mention to at all here tonight, Fritch in the 72, now in your top 5.
There he is, currently sitting plus 14. Steinke sitting plus 11 right in front of him, though. As lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. We are going to restart with a green-white checker finish.
Green is out. Helms gets this one back underway. Smith, if you got to make it happen, you got to make it happen now. Definitely has showed momentum. And Harris right on the tail tank of Smith.
As we got one bailing out down low. As oh my,
your leader.
That was our leader, out of fuel.
Out of fuel, just like that. Unbelievable. And Smith didn't have to work all that hard after all, but Harris trying to charge here with the white flag in the air. He's going to go down low to block any move coming.
Coming off of turn number 4 for the final time.
Harris not able to get the job done, but Timmy Smith is. Smith, your winner here tonight at the Eldora Speedway for the Apex Autoglass and Tinting 360 Sprint Cars. Harris comes across the line second, and Steinke was plus 11. Now all of a sudden up to third. That'll make him plus 13, I believe. Fritch up to the 4th spot, and Garrison rounding out your top 5. Miller will come across 6th, Toter 7th, Showblock will be 8th, Robinette 9th, and Spear rounds out your top 10.
You are correct, sir, on that, as we are just waiting for the drivers to join us here in the Discord server. And while we do that, we're going to step away, pay a couple more bills, and we'll be back right after this. Actually, no, we're not.
We roll with it, and we'll definitely keep it going here. So a lot of movement forward in a race that we thought there really wouldn't be a whole lot of movement forward, but circumstances do arise, and some of those drivers have capitalized here, and especially your 3 podium members, Smith, Harris, and Steinke.
As we're going to start with 3rd place right now, as I believe you've got Josh Steinke with you now.
Josh, congratulations on a podium finish there. You had to move yourself up through the field. You finished this race with a plus 13 finish. How do you feel coming off of that one?
Felt good. I thought I made a really good setup going into the race, and didn't qualify good. Hit the wall on my 2nd lap. Kind of burned me. Heat race. I didn't have the speed I thought I did, so I just played it safe and just tried to keep the car clean as possible, and barely skinned out 4th place on that B main transfer from, I was sitting in 7th, which was still transfer, but a couple guys got into it, put me in a better spot, and it was just a waiting game. Waiting for guys to make mistakes, waiting for guys to pull slide jobs on each other, and try to fit your nose in there. And I knew I had a good car, and got in a couple incidents, but it felt good running that car to the top 3.
Patience definitely paid a virtue here. A slick track, a challenging track with a lot of interesting situations there to happen. People that you would like to thank for getting you to where you are here tonight.
I'd like to thank the guys at Black Diamond Motorsports, you guys for putting on the broadcast, Josh for putting on the league, Red UDTV, Tim Stims Dirt Track Simulators, Velocity Designs, and all those guys back on the team, support the team, and appreciate them.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 3rd place finisher here tonight at the Eldora Speedway for the Apex 360 Sprint Car Series. It was Joshua Steinke.
And we now go to Gunnar Harris. Gunnar, all things considered, it was a tough race tonight. You did come home on the podium. How are you feeling after that one, all things considered?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think I could have done stuff a little bit differently as far as the setup goes. A little wasn't that good at the beginning, and just I went to the bottom and it was just a set and duck, and they got the run, and then yeah, just not very good beginning of the race, and then the setup kind of came to me as the track slickened off a little bit, and yeah, I just got fortunate with some people running out of fuel, and yeah, pretty close finish there. Wish I could have had a couple more laps.
Do you think he had anything for Smith if we had gone maybe another 5 laps?
It's hard telling. He's really good, obviously. I don't know. He protected there, which he probably wouldn't have done if we had 5 more laps. And it was either, I'm sure if he saw me go to the top, he probably would have slid or something different. But he's a good racer, and he obviously knows what he's done. That's why he won. So yeah, I don't. It's hard telling if I would have had anything for him. I just wish I could have had 5 more laps, either with a won, finished second, or flipped over. So.
Well, Gunnar, we go to Cedar Lake next week and talk about jet fighters in the gymnasium. That's going to be a tough bull ring to get around.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for sure, especially with the little bit of net code on that turn 1 wall there where everybody usually runs. So hopefully I'll be okay. I should be okay there. And yeah, just excited to get on to the next track. I think we had a pretty good points tonight. So just looking forward to
all right.
getting the season continued.
Who do you need to thank before we turn you loose to go celebrate?
I think all the guys at Speed Shop 51, Clayton Tilley, Ross, all them guys, they do a great job, and we work out together. So yeah, and you all for broadcasting, and Sparky for putting on the league.
Gunnar Harris, congratulations on the podium. We'll see you next week at Cedar Lake.
Appreciate it.
And Tyler, I believe you've got the man of the hour with you now.
Timmy Smith, congratulations on your week number 3 win here at the Eldora Speedway for the Apex 363 sprint cars. Congratulations, sir. Tell you what, one question that comes to mind is you start to see cars start to drop out, and nonetheless Helms at the very end there running out of fuel drops out. Were you starting to get a little nervous there?
No, actually 15 to go, I had to lean over my steering wheel, check how much fuel I had left. The tank was getting lighter and lighter, and actually I didn't think I was going to make it, but thanks to this EPI car, they got me set up really good, and I struggle here too, so we used the 360s at practice tonight, and it went well.
I would say so. Early on in the race, you start down low, and it looked like that may have been your predominant line, but as the race progressed, you got right back up to the high side there. Was that an initial plan of yours to have a car set up for the low side, or were you just trying to see if you had anything left on the low side in terms of moisture?
Yeah, we were just searching for the grip, and I saw everybody sliding up on the first lap, and I thought I would try it, and it ended up working, but I saw it was going to waste, so I just maneuvered around, and the top ended up being the fastest line towards the middle, towards end.
That long green flag there run, you had a lot of lap cars coming your way, but you were able to pick them up and put them down pretty quickly. How did you feel that your car performed here tonight?
Oh, like I said, these EPI guys in 129 and TP Designs, I mean, they get me set up every week, and they put a lot of hours behind the scenes, and people wouldn't believe how much work is put into this, but they got me rolling, and I drove it pretty good, and that's what it takes is dedication.
You went +6 on the night, and you moved up fairly quickly. Did you expect yourself to move up that fast?
No, I didn't. I figured it would take me a couple of laps to pick one by one, but then I saw some people sliding around in the middle, and I hit the bottom really good one lap, and I got 2 for 1. And then my confidence just went up, and I kept on hitting it, and just like I said, I struggle really good. I struggle here quite a bit, and I feel like I ran a really good race there until the end. But I know what it's like to run out of fuel due to my pro race, but I know that feeling, but it sucks, and just can't thank my guys enough for telling me to put in extra fuel.
Yeah, you made mention of the people that you'd like to thank already, but any more that you maybe want to thank for getting you to the top spot here tonight?
There's too many people. Dave Allen, Trevor Meyer, Kenny Miller, Isaac Soares, he's a really good spotter. There's just too many people to mention. This interview would go on for hours, but no, thank you guys. Thanks for putting on the league. Thanks for broadcasting, and we ran pretty good. Got her done.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was your feature winner here tonight for the Apex 360 Sprint Car Series. Timmy Smith coming across as your winner here tonight. Timmy Smith, once again, your winner with Gunnar Harris in the second spot. Joshua Steinke finishes third. Randy Fritsch fourth. Ashton Mueller finishing out the top five. Liam Garrison sixth. Ethan Totter seventh. Ty Showblock in eighth. Hunter Robinette ninth. And Connor Spear rounds out your top 10. Heartbreak City for John Helms. He comes across 11th with Ryan Fruge 12th. Bradley Wright finishes 13th. Andrew Allen 14th. Ernie Williams Jr. 15th. Ryan Avila 16th. Andrew Hauser 17th. Ross Corinta 18th. Alex Scherzinski 19th. And Kevin Miller rounds out that 20th position.
So that's going to about do it for us tonight here from Eldora. Be sure to join us next week from Cedar Lake. Until then, for Mr. Ty Harris, thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast tonight. This is Tony Trapassa reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that until we meet again as you walk down the road of life this week, whatever you do, don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.